I am Chef Scott Schneider from IdealChef.com, and today we're going to make chili. This is a great, easy to make at home, finger-licking chili. You're gonna love it. Okay, this is a beef chili, so we're starting off with 4 pounds of ground beef. Doesn't matter, 70-20, 80-30, fat to beef ratio, it's fine. This is 80-20. So I have a nice sized pot right over here. Now it's important you pick the right size pot when you're making your chili. This is a rondeau, so we're going to brown off the meat. I turned the pot on, got it hot, and we're going to cook out this meat. You want to really cook it out in the pan, break it up, because you want that meat to evenly distribute throughout your chili. So you're going to keep swishing it around the pan with a wooden spoon and keep breaking it up until it's fully cooked. All right, our meat is cooking down nicely, but still we have some raw pieces. So, and you see how we have like big pieces of meat? You want to just keep kind of pounding them out and breaking them down. So I'm going to let this keep cooking out until we start seeing a little color developing on our meat. You can jack up the heat a little bit at this point and really kick it out. You just keep breaking it down and let it start getting some color on it. Okay, our meat is now fully cooked and we're starting to get some caramelization on the bottom. I've been breaking out the big pieces down into smaller pieces, and watch when I scrape it. You see we have some nice caramelization on the bottom of the pan. That's good, that's flavor. And it's all over the place. I'm gonna spin this around, let you see the back. You see we have that nice caramelization. So our meat's fully cooked, and now I'm gonna remove it from the pan. So I'm just gonna throw it into a bowl, a pot, it doesn't matter. Take it out, and we're going to use that fat from the meat to cook out the rest of our ingredients. Okay, all of our meat is just about out of the pot. It's okay if there's a little bit left in there. It's just going to caramelize and get us some more flavor. Now we're going to throw in 4 cups of small diced onions. See, small dice. Throw it right in there. I recommend using a wooden spoon for mixing it. You can really scrape the bottom of a pan without worrying about scraping up any aluminum. And you want to mix up those onions and get them nice cooked out. Okay, we've been cooking out our onions a little bit, but they still need a little more cook time. They're still a little white. I'm going to take there's fat in our bowl that's been draining off our meat. And I'm just going to drain a little more of that fat. Instead of adding oil, I'm just going to use some more of that fat to help cook out our onions. Little meat falls in, no big deal. Now we're going to give it a little mix around. And now we're going to add our garlic. Get about 4 tablespoons of minced garlic. Going to throw right in there. And we're going to swish that around a little bit. And now we're starting to get some real dark color on the bottom of the pot. You don't want it to get too dark, but you want it dark, because that's building flavors. Now we're going to add 4 cups of tomato product. It could be tomato puree, it could be pureed diced tomatoes, but you want to cook that out a little bit. It's going to help. You want to just cook it out. Then we're going to add ½ cup of tomato paste. And you put that right in the bottom, and you cook that out. Spread it all around, get it all over the place. That looks delicious already. Look at that. That tomatoey caramelization with the garlic and onions. Getting hungry thinking about it. Okay, our tomato product is cooked out for about a minute or 2. We're getting a nice golden brown color on the bottom of the pan. On this side where it's hotter, it's a little darker. Now we're going to deglaze the whole thing off with 1 quart of beef stock. You're going to throw that right in. And now we're just going to let that sort of reduce a bit. We're going to really agitate and get all that caramelization off the bottom of the pan by deglazing with this beef stock. And man, does it smell good. Next thing we're going to add is chipotle peppers, which is like a smoked jalapeno in an adobe sauce. This is going to add heat and a nice smoky flavor. You can get them in almost any grocery store now. These are the ones we use. They're right in here, but there's a few different brands out there. So I'm going to take 2 of them out, and we're just going to chop them up. I like to wear a glove when I work with these, a little messy, as well as kind of really takes a while to wash it off your hands. So I chop these up as fine as I can. Okay, while we were chopping up our chipotle peppers, you see it reduced a little bit. And I'm going to throw those chipotle peppers right in our mixture. I'm going to mix them in good. At this point, we're going to throw our meat in. And we're going to mix that all around, get coated with all of our yummy goodness that we created. Now we're going to add our seasonings. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of dried oregano. We're going to add a tablespoon of chili powder, maybe a tablespoon and a quarter. We have a fair amount of spice from the other peppers, but I'm going to add sort of like a tip of a paring knife of cayenne pepper. It's just going to add a little more heat. We can always add more cayenne pepper later if we want to get it hotter. We're adding 6 tablespoons of ground cumin. Now we're going to give it a big mix and let that cook out for a little while. Okay, our chili's been simmering out for about 20-30 minutes, giving it the occasional stir. You see the bottom's nice and clean. Now I like to add about 2 ounces of hot sauce. Try to use a hot sauce that has, peppers is the first ingredient. I'm using Frank's hot sauce. I like it a lot. We're going to stir that in and let it simmer for another 30 minutes. Chili's been cooking out for about an hour completely now. When you cook chili or any product for a long amount of time, obviously moisture starts evaporating out. Though you follow this recipe, you can still adjust with a little liquid, whether it's a little more stock, which I'm going to put in right now, another maybe half a cup, or you could put in some more tomato puree, whatever you need to do to keep it moist. And that, just keep an eye on it. I'm using a very big pot, so it's going to evaporate a little quicker. If you use a higher pot and it's narrower, it'll evaporate slower. But at this point now, we're going to add 1 quart of cooked kidney beans. Going to dump them right in there. And we'll let this cook out for another half an hour. Okay, the chili's been cooking out. You see it's dried up even a little bit more. At this point, if you want, you can add a little more tomato product or a little more chicken stock. And if you do, let it cook out for another 15 minutes. But I'm going to taste it and see how we are. Oh, that's good. Oh, it's perfect. Nice and spicy. Ah, it's great. Okay, now we're going to plate it up. Serve it in a bowl or a crock. Some cheddar cheese right on top. And a nice dollop of sour cream. And there you have it. I'm Chef Scott Schneider. That's my beef chili. Thanks for watching IdealChef.com. Let's get cooking.